Okay, you can take out the overlay, Josh. Josh? Can you take off the overlay, Josh? Thank you. Are you not? Are you having trouble seeing the private chat, Josh?
Just a little bit. Sorry.
Okay, because yeah, guys, you were supposed to keep playing the song just slightly and put the comments over. It's okay, guys. As you can see, we don't have Manny today. The eye candy is gone, ladies. The eye candy is gone. And so today, I know, no freaking way. Oh, that's Manny, by the way. Manny, I think he's literally on a plane to Rio de Janeiro right now in Brazil. It's a little early for Carnival, Manny, but it's okay. He's in Rio de Janeiro on his way. Have a safe trip. Anyway, so today we have Jessica G Gonzalez. Love Cartman. Yeah, that was me making the comment in the hopes that Josh would see. I'm not singing, I promise you. I'm not that talented, right? So today, holy karaoke, that was good. I know, wasn't it wonderful? I love singing Cartman. Cartman's like awesome. Cartman is the best. Hey, Claudia. So today, I think you need to pay your mom back for the scene since you paid for it. She didn't have any money when I was growing up to pay for anything because we were poor. We were poor. Anyway, today we have so touching. You should. You know, that's why I went into that song just for you, Manny, because I knew you were going to be watching this, and we wanted to have that song tribute to you, since you're again flying to Rio de Janeiro. Hey, Mike, Michelle, how you doing? So today we blank. Today we had Jessica G Gonzalez, blank, another blank. I have no idea.
So good. She didn't have words for your song, Roman.
Okay, what is that archive? I have no idea what that is.
I have no idea, bro.
You want to tell us what that is, Bert? Because I have no idea what that is. Your work was torture specialist. I torture people a lot. I would be great in the Inquisition. Nobody infects the Inquisition. Where's Manny is on on an airplane, probably using Wi-Fi in the airplane as we speak, on his way to Rio de Janeiro. He was here for a couple of days, just flies wherever he wants to because he's the king of the world, I guess. Okay. By the way, it's a joke. I have no idea where he's at. Yeah, what are you gonna say, Rio de Janeiro? Let's just say he's right now over San Salvador, El Salvador, on his way to Rio de Janeiro. Who knows? So today we have Jessica G Gonzalez. She's running for Brownsville ISD. We've had her on before, but we thought we'd give her a couple of days to enjoy the first few days of early vote. And early vote is interesting. Bert, seriously, I have no idea what that link is. So if you don't mind telling us what that is, that'd be great. Anyway, Jessica G Gonzalez is running for BISD. Jessica, how was your first couple of days of early vote? Tell us about it.
It's been good. It's been good. I have still been reaching out to people, continuing to do that. I've had new people reaching out to me, which is very encouraging, I must say. I've been being a little Uber, which has been fun and interesting because it's also taken me to parts that I hadn't even touched. I've gotten addresses that I was like, oh, I know where it is. And then I go and I was like, oh, I haven't even touched this area. So that's been good because that's given me access to kind of like go out there again. I have something exciting planned with my parent volunteers this Friday. So I'm super looking forward to that. I'm really glad that they're also like, let's do this. Let's go out there and we're in this together. And, you know, it affects them as much as it affects all of us. So it's been good. It's
Josh,
hot. It's hot though.
Josh, can you make sure the comments when they're coming up, if you don't mind putting them up, because I've already seen a few comments come by. And I know Manny is not manning the Manny station, but we need to make sure comments go by. All right, good job. Where's Manny? Okay, we already have those. Jessica, I see. Okay, cool. How hot is it? Safe travel, Manny. How hot is it? Like really, really hot. Hi, Alyssa.
Well, hi, Princess. It's more the humidity. The heat's not my friend. So it's just the humidity. And then, you know how it is, Roman. It's a lot of getting on and off and on and off. And it's just hot.
Yeah.
It's just hot. But I'm looking forward to. There's supposed to be some cooling down. I think it's only going to be a day though, but I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
As long as it doesn't rain, you should be okay out there. But where are you? You've been taking people to go vote, I assume, or calling people.
I've been doing both. I had some meetings with some people. I'm going to be completely honest. I was invited to go speak at some daycares, and I did not want to. I didn't want to be that politician. But I talked to them, and I said, you know what? I'm coming to introduce myself. Mm-hmm. That's it. Not here's where you bubble here. We've been voters for a very long time. We know how this politician daycare works. So I was really, really nervous getting involved with that. But it's been really good. And the people are super, super nice. So I've already been to 3 today. And the people that I took to vote was yesterday at the library, which there's a long line, but it's super encouraging to see the lines, but it flows easily. I did curbside at the primaries, and it's pretty much the same process. I haven't personally voted myself yet. I'm hoping I need to double check with my mother tomorrow because I need to take her. But shout out to them, to all the poll workers. Everybody's doing an amazing job. I was really, really relieved at that.
Yeah, hopefully while you're on the show with us today, we'll have the numbers for today.
Yeah.
Josh, if you want to, I'd like to show everybody where they can find it. Josh, can you open up a window from your computer? Hi, Monica. Do you mind opening up you know what, guys? I didn't even share it on my page. Open up your search. Yeah, you might want to share it. I have not shared it, so let me share my thingy.
That's Monica, my parent volunteer, padre voluntaria. Monica, gracias por todo lo que has hecho. That's my artist. Monica, le puedo dar algo o nomás le puedo dar una visión y ella me lo puede dibujar. I love her so much.
Oh, cool. So translate for those of you who are not speaking Spanish.
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, because apparently one of your fellow colleague candidates is that one of the our PIO doesn't speak Spanish, so we don't know who might be watching. So translate.
Yes. So Monica, my another fellow parent volunteer, is an artist. I always say my artist, but she's an artist. So I can just envision something in my head, and she can just freehand just draw it. It's amazing. I was more like, oh, let's get the projector and project the drawing, and she would be like, no, just give me the picture. You would see me there at school, like literally just holding my phone. I'd be like, this is what I want.
Awesome. So, okay, guys, this is what you need to do. That way, Jessica, just in case you don't know, but maybe you should. Josh, do me a favor. Good. Google Cameron County Elections Department. There you go. And at some point, you might want to clear your cookies and cache because we can tell, what you like to search sometime. Josh, I'm just kidding. I'm getting out. Click on Department of Elections, Voter Registration, Cameron County, the main one, please. Click on that. And what you do, this is the home page. It's actually kind of cool. On the very top, you can track your mail-in ballot. Those of you that are voting by mail, you can track where it's at. And on the left-hand side, it can tell you where you can drop off your mail location. There should only be one place you drop off your mail-in ballot. Is that it should be there at the Cameron County Elections Department. But it'll tell you where you can drop it off. But I recommend those of you that are voting by mail, if you're able to go and turn in your mail-in ballot, because you have to actually sign something and give them an ID. That's pretty much the same process as voting in person. If you want to make sure your vote is counted and not have to worry about envelopes and signatures and things like that, just vote in person if you're able to. You can drive through. All right, scroll down, Josh.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
When you drop it off in person, you still have to get off, opposed to you can do the curbside, like you said, and you don't get off at all.
Yeah, and it's really cool. You just put in your ballot inside a sleeve. They don't see how you're voting. They're supposed to be turning their back. You just put it in the sleeve. You put it upside down. It's front and back. So don't forget to vote on the back side, because I think your race is in the back, Jessica. And just do that. Josh, if there's any more comments, please feel free to put any comments. And then at the same time, if you can scroll down to results. I mean, not results. You're gonna scroll. Well, you can scroll down, or you can click on results. Either one you want to do. Either way. So there's two places you can do it. On the very top, you see there's a results there, but then there's also a little button that says results, either way. And so you'll have two choices for the 2020 November 3rd general election. One is the early vote turnout, and the other is daily roster. If you want to click on daily roster so everybody can see what that is, you see what that is the daily roster. Every single day that you vote on early vote around 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, the elections department will post every single name and address and date of birth of everybody that voted in person, and anybody can see this as public information. So if you don't want your address being shown on there, don't vote in person during early vote, because it's the only ones that can actually show it. Or don't vote by mail. Just vote in person on election day if you're fearful of that. But if you don't care, you vote during early vote. But if you click on daily roster, Josh, that'll show you some of the people that have voted. Are you able to click on that, Josh?
Is it not showing, Roman?
No, it's not. So that means you're probably going to have to allow us to see it, allow us to share it.
I thought I did.
You might. Okay. You might be having issues because that happens sometimes, Josh, when you're doing the stream. For some reason, StreamYard does kind of weird things when you're doing this stuff.
I checked earlier and it wasn't up.
It didn't pull up the Excel spreadsheet?
No, it didn't. And so you might have to give it permission to do that. It's odd. It forces you to do that. If it doesn't work, that's fine.
It's not coming up.
I had issues today too.
Yeah, no, he can see it, Jessica. It's just not allowing us to see it during the sharing for whatever reason. There should have been a way for you to be. You might want to close the window, Josh, and then reopen it with that specific window open. That might help. So don't close the window, but close it from us being able to see it, Josh.
Okay, give me just a second.
Sorry. We want to help people see where they can see information, because that's what we're about. Part of it we want to do. And plus it gives people the opportunity to come on and watch us.
There's a lot of information on that page. A lot. Where to go.
Yeah, if you're not able to do it, Josh, in about 5 seconds, that's fine. We'll just go back to what we were doing. We'll just look at the early vote numbers.
Yeah, it's not happening, Roman. Sorry, bud.
It's okay. Please open it back up so we can look at the page we were looking at, and so we can look at the daily roster. Not the daily roster, but the voter turnout totals.
Okay, give me just 1 second.
Okay. There you go. All right. Click on early voter turnout. Can you click on that? And that will give you the turnout for general elections and local elections. The one that I want to look at just for. Okay.
Do you want the other one?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Make this one bigger for me, and then we'll look at the other one, because the other one's more interesting for Jessica's purposes, because she's in BISD. Make it just a tiny little bit bigger. And so that maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit more. A little bit more bigger. I'm horrible length. Okay, I think that's okay, guys. Can you all see that, hopefully? All right, scroll down, and that will give you the voter turnout every single day. And right now, as you can see, we don't have Wednesday's numbers yet. But more than likely, sometime in the next, probably in the next hour or so, the elections department will give us today's totals. But just so can you scroll down as much as you can, Manny? I mean, and take out the Monica's comment, Josh, please. Thank you. All right, that's the number. 10,985 people voted in person yesterday. That is a record turnout for the first day of early vote in Cameron County. So that is for all of Cameron County. But Josh, if you don't mind going over and looking at the local turnout so we can see it with Jessica. Were you able to see the numbers of how many people voted at BISD, Jessica, or that tab wasn't available to you?
I did see the email, but I didn't actually have time to go through it individually.
All right, we'll look at it together. Can you make it as big as you can, Josh?
Yeah, 1 second.
And if I can just say that I'm very grateful that Mr. Remy Garza's being very open and available to us candidates. I love that. I'm very grateful for that.
So this is a turnout for Texas Southmost College. As you can see, roughly 5,000, maybe 4,000 fewer voters voted in TSC than voted countywide. That tells me a lot, just for me, because Texas Southmost College, this district includes Brownsville, it includes the Fresno CISD and Port Isabel ISD. Those 3 school districts, they account for 70% of all the voters in Cameron County. That means people in San Benito, people in Harlingen, in Santa Rosa, in La Feria, in Rio Hondo, I think Rio Hondo, they are not voting as a bigger percentage as opposed to Texas Southmost College. Again, those 3 school districts. Scroll down, Josh, so we can look at the next tab, which will probably be BISD, the Navigation District. Again, Navigation District is about the same number of voters as Texas Southmost College. Scroll down, and you'll see that. It's actually 1,900 fewer voters then. And then you have La Feria. Scroll down more. So there are fewer people voting in that race. But remember, all of these races are going to be on the same ballot, right, Jessica?
Yes.
Okay. It's
a long ballot, front and back, and it's full.
All right. Scroll down until you get to Brownsville ISD, please, Josh. As you can tell, there's a lot of scrolling down we're going to be doing. A lot of people scrolling down. A lot of scrolling down. City of Port. These are all the local elections that are happening right now that our Cameron County Elections Administrator is doing, and we're going a little bit quickly. City of Primera, City of Rio Hondo. A lot of these races were supposed to take place in May. There we go. We're Brownsville ISD. Scroll down just a little bit. More. There you go. 4,427 people voted in BISD. So that's less than half. I want to say maybe a little bit less than half of the people that are voting in this race voting. No, about maybe 41%, because remember, it's 10,985 people are voting in BISD. Now, they may not actually be voting in BISD because they're getting the same ballot, right, Jessica? They're getting the same ballot as everybody else. And they may not actually fill a bubble in for Jessica's race or any other races, but I encourage you to do that.
And a lot of people fail to realize that a lot of people have that mentality, and I've come across this so many times, is that if you own property in BISD, it does not matter if your children do not attend the district. Whatever happens at the board affects you. It affects your taxes. It affects your property taxes. Mm-hmm. So I was surprised at how much I've been emphasizing this. That was the last thing that I would have thought I would be emphasizing. But I've had people say, oh, this charter private or whatever. And it's like, no. It still affects you. It's very, very important to make sure that whoever's on the board is spending your money wisely. Not little pet projects, none of that stuff.
So now we know that 4,427 people as of yesterday voted in BISD, or could have voted at BISD in person. And if we wanted to, we can look and see how many people have returned mail-in ballots, but we're not going to do that because we don't want to have difficulty again. So you can close this up, Josh, sorry. I'm used to saying Manny because Manny is doing the Manny station, but Manny's not here. All right. What are you hearing from voters since when you were standing out there? I'm assuming at the library, the Southmost Library. Hey, Sharky, what's up? What were they? Nadia, your thing came up blank. Just tune in. Cool, Nadia. Thanks for joining us. This is Jessica G Gonzalez, candidate for BISD. And I have publicly endorsed her. So if you're listening to us and you're able to vote, I encourage you to vote for Jessica. Not just because she's on our show, but because I support her. Hey, I don't know why your comment's not coming up, Michelle. Hey, Nadia. So it just shows up blank for me. So Jessica's the best choice. I agree. I really do agree.
Thank you, Blanca. That's another parent volunteer.
Cool. So do me a favor, those of you that are watching this for the first time, please like our page. You did not wait at all, Elvela? Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome. And I know you voted for Jessica because you texted me when you voted for Jessica. So
thank you.
So the thing is that if you're watching for the first time, please like and share our page. We would appreciate it. We do a lot of good news stuff, and I think we have a lot of good candidates to come on.
They're likers because they got your notification at 3 a.m. that you were live. They told me the next day.
Really? 3 a.m? I was not
in the morning, whatever it was.
Really?
Yeah. When you guys went live.
Sometimes I go live, sometimes we don't.
I had the screenshot and they're like, what's up with this? And I was like, oh, you have the live notifications on.
It's okay. Keep it on because you never know when we're going to do a late night.
True.
Sometimes we'll just decide 2 a.m. Let's just get on just to see. We've had people watch.
Hilarious.
It is funny. It's supposed to be funny. We want you to be able to watch us. So please like and share our page. Turn on live video notifications because you never know when we're going to turn on. Usually our 7:30 show is our 7:30 show, but it's cool. Gosh, there's a lot of comments coming in, so please make sure you're putting them up. I know I'm seeing them because I can see it on my phone. Not to give you a hard time, but I don't think.
No pressure.
No pressure. Because I want to see some of these comments because Jessica can't see her supporters.
I'm seeing it on my phone. I would have to get the other phone.
Yeah, so please put them up, Josh. You're not seeing them?
No, I'm seeing them and I put everything up that's come in.
No? I'm seeing comments like, preach, Jessica, it's the truth. I support Jessica. Okay, I will like it.
Those just came into the thing.
Really? Because those came up before the other one. That's cool. Jessica's the best choice. I've seen that one. So, crazy. Yeah, okay, there you go. I don't know why they're coming in so late for you, though. Cool. Anyway, what do you want to tell the voters? You know, that they're excited for you? Do you feel confident? Do you feel excited? Because this is your first time voting. Let's go through the process.
This is my first time running.
Sorry.
I am the only one in my race of 4 people that that's never run before. That blew my mind. But I just want to keep reminding people that my heart and soul is BISD. Good job, Ray. I'm not using this position as a stepping stone to go farther. In politics, those that know me personally know how much I debated to even run this race. I had always had the mentality that I was fine in my little corner of the world.
The Cowboys quarterback, I have no idea, Elvela. Please tell me. I do not know. I'm sorry.
Dak Prescott got hurt on Sunday.
Oh, he's angry.
Yeah, but that was like 3 days ago, Elvela. That was anyway. Sorry. I'm wearing. By the way, I'm wearing the Cowboy shirt because Jessica went to school in Porter, and she's on.
Rivera.
What? You told me
snap!
My kids went to Porter.
Oh, okay, your kids went to Porter. Yeah. Okay.
Went and go. I have one still there.
All right, that's fine. Never mind.
But that's the one that I would see you with at the board meetings, and I would always tell you, "Are you serious?" Yeah. And you would just be proudly there, like, "Yes,
yes,
this is what I'm wearing."
This is what I'm wearing. Yeah. Okay. So, this is your first time running for office, unlike all your opponents. To blew her mind, Jessica's is genuine. It did. So did you sleep at all Monday night before early vote? What time did you sleep?
I don't think. Yes, I am a Rivera Raider. Well, I think I've been having trouble sleeping since I announced I was running, or debating to announce that I was running. It's just so much pressure. I'm not complaining. I truly appreciate it, but it's just overwhelming and humbling to see people that you wouldn't expect. I had a message this morning from somebody who shall remain nameless, and somebody who's very influential reached out and just said that I had their family's vote. And I was just like, wow, little things like that mean a lot. I don't know many things about politics, and at the same time, how can I word it? I don't want to be a politician. I'm not a politician. I've said it a million times. I am a mom that wants a better district for my children and yours. I cannot emphasize enough. I do not get tired of saying that. It's literally the truth. I sometimes bore myself saying the same thing, but it's the truth. I cannot say it enough. I am not in this for an ulterior motive, or, like I said, to move up. It's just, I've been in the district a long time as a parent volunteer. I've seen firsthand when we were at Resaca before they closed us down. I've seen how, for example, we were the only school without an assistant principal when some schools had 2 assistant principals. We didn't have a full-time librarian, art teacher, music teacher. We had nothing at all. Little things like that. All that opens your eyes. It opens your eyes also to how staff truly pour their heart and soul into what they do. And you know, and it just makes you want to be there more. And don't get me wrong, it was to a point that I would drop off my kids, I've said it before, come home, get my jug of coffee, and then go back, and I would be there all day. You're talking about 8:39 to sometimes 3.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful that I have fellow parent volunteers that have supported me throughout. There is no way that I could have done what we did, not what I did, but what we did together. We did the Halloween events. We did the trick-or-treat events. Now I go to stores and I see all these candy sales and my mind automatically starts calculating, okay, $20, 150 candies, that's 2 candies per child. And then it's just like, okay, well, we're not doing it this year.
Yeah. That was important. I remember you doing that a lot for the kids.
Yes, and you helped me. You helped me. So thank you.
Thank you. You're very welcome. It was my pleasure. That's what we should do as a community, help each other out. Excuse me. I kind of wanted to have you on, not just talk about what you're doing in race, but I wanted to look at campaign finance reports with you in particular because one of the incumbent in the race with you is spending a crap ton of money. And I kind of wanted to look at that if that's okay. Don't bring it up, Josh. Just do me a favor. Look at BISD.us.
It's funny you mentioned that. I received another mail out from my opponent who has money to just throw in the air. And I thought it was funny because it's actually the 3rd mail out I get from him. Mind you, this is the same race I'm running in, so I kind of know who I'm voting
well, no, it's okay. I mean,
this race.
He's willing to throw it. He didn't bother sharing it to you. Some people do that. Some people don't. They have the money to spend one extra mail out to you, which is great. Whoever is running his campaign is not doing a really good job.
Well, last mail out had lies. This mail out is just, you know, it's like, again, okay, I get it. By the way, I'm running against him. I don't need a mail out.
Yeah, but at least now you know what he's saying and what he's claiming, and I'd love for you to be able to refute some of the stuff that he's saying. So if Chito can look at one of those mail-outs, if you still have it, I'd love to like, you know, counter it, and that way we can see what his money is buying him. And it's like as you're saying, they're lies.
On this corner. Actually, it was if I just browsed through it really quick, and it was just talking about how it's we were an A district, which is true and which is great. But let's remember that we're in an A district because of the teachers and the students, not because of who's at the board.
And on top of that, last year, because of the coronavirus, we did not actually get graded. And we haven't gotten graded with this particular board that's been in office right now because every 2 years the board changes, flipfloppingphilip.com. Yeah, you can go to that website if you want to look at what he is. Why was the video of October 12th late night radio talk was removed from YouTube? I was just watching and now it's not there. I don't know. I don't do the YouTube stuff. I don't do it. Manny does that stuff. So you can ask Manny what happened to it. Do you have a plan to implement the changes you want? That's a good question, Mariana. Can we save that question for after we look at campaign finance reports and look at that? That'd be great. Josh, did you pull up the campaign finance reports, Josh?
Yeah. Did you want me to share it to the screen?
Yeah, share it to the screen, please. Yeah. Okay. So when you go to BISD.us, that is the website for BISD, for Brownsville ISD. And you can look at the tab for it says district, Josh. Can you see it? All right. You see, on the very top, it says district. It's a district tab. It's going to be a drop list. You're going to look down. It says 2020 election. Click on that, Josh. When you click, can you make it just a slightly bigger for us to be able to see?
1 second.
All right, good job. All right, scroll down. And what that'll do, that'll give you the board drawings. Some of y'all have been with us already. You've seen this. This is what the placed on the ballot, who's on the ballot, and what order they're going to be. Jessica is running in position 3 with Miss Miller, Philip Cowan, the incumbent, herself, and Vito. She's in 3rd place. on the ballot, and that doesn't place on the vote. All right, scroll down. So she's position 343. That's kind of cool. And so what you will do, there's appointment of treasurer column. There's an application. It gives the information for that. Where they do the code of campaign practices. The last column is the candidate and office holder campaign finance reports. And so I'd like to look at Philip Cowan's campaign finance report a little bit. My understanding there's an update with yours, Jessica, but I think it was a mistake in the handling of the paper, giving it to the district. Somehow they made a mistake when they grabbed the wrong one. And so that's why there was an update on yours. But let's look at Phil Cowan's first. That's okay. And that is the incumbent. And if you don't mind making it bigger for us, Josh. These are very tiny for some reason. It shows up very tiny on your screen, Josh. All right, good job.
Is that good?
I'm blind, Josh.
I know this feeling.
I'm blind with my glasses.
I'm almost blind with them too. Is that big enough?
Yeah, that's big enough. Hold on. I'm getting a text message from the wife, I think. No, it's not the wife. It's not the wife. It's Manny texting me. Manny, why are you texting me during the show?
Yeah, Manny.
Nobody should be texting me. Don't text me. I don't know why you're texting me. Don't worry about it. If you're texting me or you're watching. I have no idea if you're watching, Manny.
He better be.
I don't know if he is. He's on a plane. He really should not be watching it, quite frankly. All right. Just go down. This is a campaign treasurer. This is who they are. This is the front page, first page. Scroll down to this position he's running for. This is a stop. Scroll up. There you go. Down, please. Thank you. Fine. Okay, so the total contributions is $12,500. He's received $12,500, but he's expended $32,848. He also has an outstanding loan amount of $15,000. So he has spent almost $33,000. Jessica, does this position pay anything by any chance?
Absolutely not. Nothing at all.
Not even $10 a meeting like the city of Brownsville pays their commissioners and mayor. They don't pay anything whatsoever.
You do it from your heart, the way I've been doing it for years, for just at a lower level.
So for his heart is a lot of money, apparently.
A whole lot more than mine. He has a whole extra digit.
Yeah, he's an attorney in town. I don't know how good of an attorney he is, but apparently he's good enough that he can spend $33,000 almost. And that's just 30 days before the election. God knows how much money he spent since then. All right, scroll down, Josh, just a little bit to the next page, the top of the next page. Scroll down. This is more detailed information as to where you're going to find the money on the schedule. Scroll down just a little bit. And so, there you go. Stop. So Linebarger, Gogan, Blair, and Stampson, is that an attorney for the school district in any way, shape, or form, Jessica?
Those are, I believe, our tax attorneys.
Oh, okay. So they donated $1,500 to an incumbent, and there are tax attorneys. Can you
millions of dollars from the district? So this looks really bad because I don't know if this is just a way for them to save their job. And mind you, I was at that meeting when they presented, and I do forget, though, I'm sorry, the name of the other people that presented. In my opinion, the other ones did a little bit better, although I've heard little things here and there that they're not all that great. But I do know that these specific people donate a lot of money to campaigns, not just this one, and that gets tricky. What needs to happen is that whoever donates to campaigns, you're going to abstain. That's what needs to happen. Yeah,
and I agree with that. If you're accepting vendor money for your campaign purposes and you're open about receiving the money, and we want you to be open because it's illegal not to be open about the vendor money you're getting, you should immediately abstain. That's just my personal opinion, and that way you don't get vendor money. And we have a history of certain board members receiving thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars from vendors. And then claim, well, it doesn't affect my vote in any way. It's just you're getting money. That's true. It may not. You may be an upstanding person, but the appearance of impropriety is important. And I'm not saying there's impropriety happening, but the fact is you're voting on issues where people have given you money to do that. It's one thing to donate like $100 to a campaign. It's a completely different thing to donate $1,500.
Yeah.
I mean, again, no implication that there's something wrong.
No. We don't know, but it doesn't look good.
It doesn't.
It doesn't look good.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Jessica, but is Linebarger currently on a month-to-month contract with BISD for their tax services?
Oh, off the top of my head, I'm not really sure, but I want to say yes.
Yeah, I want to say yes too. I think one of your colleagues, Jessica, do you think there should be a certain cap in the money a candidate can use so there's a fair playing field for everyone instead of when using $3,000 to $6,000 versus $30,000 to $40,000? That's a good question.
Absolutely. There's no need. I spent almost 3,000, 29, I think it was, 2,900. There should definitely be a cap because that's where things start getting. You start questioning again. It's a position that does not pay absolutely anything. It's unfortunately a position that is widely used as a stepping stone for higher position in politics. That's why I've always emphasized that I am not using it for that.
Right.
So yes, there needs to be a cap, and there needs to be some sort of abstention process where you cannot vote for somebody that vendors that gave you money.
There might be possibility of you being able to do board policies.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can for campaign finance report because it's a special district as opposed to a municipality, which is not a special district where I know for a fact that they can do limits under state law, because right now state law allows you not to, to raise as much money as you want to from any one individual. They don't have limitation to state law, but it does allow you as a city, municipality, a home rule city charter to be able to put those limits. I'm not sure.
I know that campaign finance there's a lot of campaign stuff in policy.
Right.
I would just have to. Policy is long.
Yeah. So if there's any way for you to do this as a board member to limit whether vendors are getting money and put limitations on abstentions or restriction on people voting if they're receiving money from vendors is something that you would do as a board member, and
Absolutely.
we can count on you for doing that. Okay.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Great. So that's Linebarger who gave them, and our understanding is that they receive that they right now have a month-to-month. Great. Next line is Jose Salazar. He's apparently received $3,000 from Jose Salazar involved in insurance. And there's a lot of insurance issues that happen at the school district. Am I right, Jessica?
Well, Salazar Insurance, I believe, works also with the district.
Elvela is asking, by any chance, that these people like Jose Salazar or Linebarger donate to your campaign?
Absolutely nobody reached out to me.
Okay.
Nobody reached out. My campaign has been financed by us, and my mama gave me $100.
Yeah, and
which is a lot because my mom's on a fixed income. So that one really meant a lot.
Milo MMA Sen is asking, I'm assuming Miss Jessica, if elected, would you vote to send us to work from home or improvise to try to make it safer?
I don't think anybody should be working at the district. I mean, yeah. Being in the actual brick and mortar buildings. I have said that from the beginning. The buildings should be clear. There has to be a way to figure out. I do know for a fact that, and I understand the concerns as far as bus drivers and maintenance workers and stuff like that. There has to be a way. When there's a will, there's a way. There has to be a way to have people working from home safely. There's no need to have them in school when there's no kids. I believe one of our middle schools has maybe 3-4 kids. So, yeah.
Antonio Guevara, by the way, is running for TSC, Texas Southmost College. He's on your ballot if you live in Brownsville, within the boundaries of BISD, Port Isabel ISD, and Los Fresnos CISD. So he's saying money out of politics out of the board, money should be not determine election outcomes. And Antonio is one of those people also who believes in limiting the amount of money and influence in politics, including even in TSC races. So he's with you on that one, Jessica.
Yeah, because there's you're the whole, if you really, really want to get into the nitty gritty of being a politician, you're there for the people. So why are you spending so much money to be there for the people? Just be there for the people.
Right.
How hard is that?
Yeah, slow down, man. Josh, please. This is another amount of money. About the Salazar.
Salazar is our board attorney.
And board attorney. And by the way, for whatever reason, Phil Cowan, you made a mistake here. If you're watching, you left out his principal occupation, job title, or employer, and that's a big no-no when you do campaign finance reports. Don't do that. You need to do that. You might want to modify or do an amendment to your campaign finance report so we know what his a job title and employer is. Maybe you don't want to do that. I don't know. But he donated $2,500, and I know that he's been in the news, Jessica. I know in local politics he's been in the news, and he gave $2,500 and now did these text messages saying about the side is supposedly supporting you. And I know that we've been asked this question. And somebody made a comment on one of our shows, and I said you had not received any money from Baltasar Salazar whatsoever. So can I ask you, Baltasar Salazar donated to your campaign?
No, he has not donated any money. I haven't spoken to him. The last time I spoke to him was at this last board meeting. What was it, October 6th, whatever it was? And when they were doing the thing for the boxing and stuff, I was passing out cake. Mm-hmm. That was our conversation. Would you like some cake, sir? And he pointed to where he sits and he said, yes, thank you. Please place it right there. That was our conversation. That is it.
So so whether, and the thing is, you have absolutely no, you as a candidate, look, I run for office before. Sometimes you have no idea who's supporting you. Sometimes they'll tell you, oh, I'm supporting you, and you know that they're really not supporting you. Sometimes, they really do support you, but they don't want to tell anybody that they're supporting you. So whether or not Baltasar is supporting you or not, it's clear as day for anybody to see that he donated $2,500. I sincerely doubt that Baltasar Salazar is out there supporting you, telling people to vote for you when he's already donated money, or is this $2,500 go away money? And that's my phrase. Go away money is like somebody will go to you and say, hey, can you donate to my campaign? And they'll donate like the bare minimum, just like leave me alone, go away, like here, whatever. Leave me alone.
That crossed my mind. I didn't, and I'm not making excuses at all. I didn't specifically reach out to anybody to ask for money because this is the exact situation that I did not want to be in. So, we stretched our pennies. We bought just what we needed to buy. Yes, we could have spent more, but there's just no need. There's no need to go into debt for a position like this. I don't see it. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. I don't see it. I don't feel it in my heart that it's something that needs to be done. Like I said, I didn't reach out. Maybe if I would have reached out to him, he would have given me money. I don't know. But he gave money, obviously, willingly to my opponent. If he supports me, I appreciate it. I would appreciate anybody's vote. But that will have no influence in what I do on the board.
Understood. So that's important for everybody to know. I've known Jessica, and this isn't defense of her, just I know Jessica very well. She's always been a friend. She's always been a supporter of me when I run for office. And I'm supporting her not because of that. I'm supporting because I think I know her character. And if somebody is supporting her, not everybody that Jessica, there's not everybody likes me. And you're not going to say, Roman, don't tell people you're supporting me because so-and-so is not going to like you. You're not going to do that because you want a coalition of people supporting you. So whoever is supporting you, you're fine with because you want to be in the office. You want to get in that office to be able to make a difference for the kids, make a difference for teachers and staff, and make a difference for our community. I think the phrase is, never give a gifted horse in the mouth or something, some line like that. Josh could probably correct me because he's probably better at idioms than I am. But yeah, so just
at the end of the day, it's like you said, it's for the teachers, it's for the students, it's for the community. This position is not for me. This position, I'll give you an example. For example, when we were at Resaca and I had both of my children there at that time. And Jacob, remember, is my special needs child, and Emma is my little strong-willed child. And I would always joke how they're gonna throw me out because of my little one, not because of my older one, but because this one just, that's a whole different show. But I would always say, I do not want special treatment, and they wouldn't give it to me because I'm always here. Like, I didn't want them to have the mentality of, oh, we're not going to tell Ms. Gonzalez anything because maybe she won't come back and help. No. My kids are their students, and even they knew that they could have seen me in the parent center, but guess what? I'm not in charge. The teachers and the principals were in charge, not me. You know, sometimes I would peek and, you know, just wave or whatever. But no, never special treatment. Never, ever, ever. I don't believe in it. It shouldn't be happening. I didn't approve of it with my kids. I wouldn't expect it again for myself or for anybody else for that matter. Everybody's equal.
And here you see Linebarger again giving an additional $1,000 roughly a month later. So I guess he went over and said, hey, can I have more money? And so they gave him $1,000, which is interesting because, again, if I were not mistaken, Linebarger is a month to month. And then here we see a $2,000 contribution from the Texas Democratic Party chairman, Gilberto Hinojosa, who has apparently decided as an attorney, which he is right to do, is supporting Philip Cowan. So if you're a conservative Republican, realize, and you're tempted to vote for Philip Cowan, realize that the Texas Democratic Party chairman donated to his campaign, did not donate to Jessica.
Doesn't his brother work for the district, though?
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
His brother is the district architect.
Oh, right. That's right. I forgot about that. And didn't Philip somehow maybe assist in
for that position, which I'm still questioning why it was needed. Okay. But yes, he's the one that pushed for and got that position.
Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Thank you, Manny. Thank you for that. Way to go, Jessica, supporter of what is fair and right. Awesome. Thanks, Isa.
Thank you, Ms.
I've heard that in other cities they get a pamphlet that describes in an unbiased way the qualifications for candidates running. Oh, that's really cool. It's awesome.
Interesting.
That's interesting. I agree. And so, again, now we have another attorney, Purdue. I think they're also tax attorneys, if I'm not mistaken. And when we say tax,
those are the other tax attorneys.
And for reference, when we say tax attorney, those are the attorneys that the school district or municipality or the county or local governments will use to sue you if you are not paying your taxes, if you're a delinquent taxes. And so they're the ones who handle, you're late, they're going to come in at a certain point and get a piece of whatever you pay to the thing or get an additional attorney's fee. Those are the ones to represent, and it's their job to get the money. So these people who sue you on behalf of the people they represent are donating money to an incumbent board member. But again, Purdue is not the tax attorney for BISD. Linebarger is, but it's a lucrative business, and we at Riopolitics believe in capitalism. We do not. I know I don't believe in socialism. So it's fine to be a capitalist and make money. We're not getting mad at you for doing that. We're just fine. I just find it interesting that they're in potential vendors donating campaign money.
And like I said, if I remember correctly, now that I really looking at Purdue, I want to say that was the other one that was against Linebarger when they presented.
Right. All right. And so next we got Jorge Cisneros, $1,500. And my understanding is, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I know that the thing about Jessica, she goes to board meetings. That's what she does. She looks at the agenda. She participates in making public comment. She participates and is a watchdog for us who don't go to BISD board meetings. And every community needs somebody like that. Every community needs people to go to these local governments and watch what they're doing, because I know some of y'all care a lot about what happens in presidential elections, and I do too. But I think we had somebody say yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, or the day before yesterday, say the money that is being spent on behalf of you in your name, taxpayers, are spent more and here locally, in that it affects you more. So Jorge Cisneros, if I'm not mistaken, it says right there his principal occupation is security specialist with Safeco. But correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't on August 26th board meeting, didn't Safeco get some sort of a contract from BISD?
Yes.
What was the contract for?
Let me also agree with you really quick that yes, local elections matter more than anything. Then you work your way up. You don't work your way top to bottom. On elections, you work down, up. That's what matters. But yes, Safeco, we went into contract with them, and I mean the district, went into contract with them late August because they're the ones that are doing the little Germex, those non-touch.
I think they're the kiosk things, right?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, they made millions of dollars from the district.
And that's all tax. Those are our tax dollars, correct?
Those are our money. We gave them. I want to say it was 1 million, maybe 2. I need to go back because I do keep all the agendas because I'm a huge note taker. So you'll see me at the meetings, and I might be dozing off, but I'm just little notes, and I think I only understand my own notes.
Right.
But yes. They went and which I appreciate the contract. You know, this is stuff that we need.
Yeah, no, that's something we need. But then a month later,
turn around and reach out to the people and say, "Hey, I'm running or whatever. Help me out." Then that's where it gets tricky.
That's where it gets tricky. Yeah. Again, Elva, yes, it's in the finance campaign financial. Where it is. So look, you got Safeco. Now it's not Safeco the company. Wait, that's a lot. 125. You know what? I don't know about that. Have you looked at Brownsville Times? Have you looked at the campaign finance reports at the county website for John Chambers? Because I haven't. October 5th one. So if it's $225,000, that's a lot of money, and I'd love to see that. And if it is, just let me know, and we'll take a look at it maybe later. Yeah, the kiosk. So so that's a lot of money. Do board members abstain when these votes comes up?
They don't, and they should.
They don't, and they should. We've had board members that are employees of a particular entity, and they will decide to vote on them anyway. We've had 2 of them, correct? You know, yeah. Sometimes they abstain. They pick and choose when they want to abstain, and it's not right. And there needs to be board policy saying explicitly, if you work, for example, we have a board member right now who works for Texas Southmost College, right? Mm-hmm. And that board member, and I love the board member.
She abstains.
Yeah, she is a board member, and she abstains most of the time, right? Or every time. I
want to say almost every time.
Yeah, and then it shouldn't be almost every time. It should be every time.
Well, I don't want to commit to every time.
I think they should. I think she should, and because the appearance of impropriety, regardless. And I respect her. She takes my phone calls if I ask as a parent, as a voter. Whoa, that is a lot of money, Erasmo. I did not look at that. That is a lot of money. Well, okay, cool. I believe you. And you know what? Maybe in a later show we'll look at that, because I forgive me, but I usually look at the campaign finance reports. But when I looked, they were not available on October 6th when I looked. And I just haven't gone back. Yeah. So you have like one board member who works for Texas Southmost College. Exactly. If there is a issue like a memorandum of understanding, whether or not any money changes hand, there shouldn't be a vote there. That's just my personal opinion. And I think it should be encoded in board policy. Yeah. So in this situation, they should not vote in those issues.
And that's something that can be fixed. No. My opponent is policy chair. And recently that was my thing about these past, what are we now? I can't even keep track. We're in October. In September, late August, September, there was back to back policy meetings. And then it was like oh, look at everything we've done. And it's like, no, guys, don't look at what's been done these past 2-3 months. The man's been in office for 4 years.
Elvela, so hold on. Elvela, Brownsville Times and Erasmo Castro are saying that John Chambers, who's the Republican nominee for sheriff, owes or has paid out to his campaign manager, campaign guru, $250,000. That's what they're claiming. I have not seen the campaign finance reports, but it's already a policy. And why are people not enforcing that policy? So
policies are not enforced.
If it's not enforced, there needs to be. Is there a grievance policy that board members can do to police themselves so that they do abstain on these matters? Because they shouldn't. I personally believe they shouldn't discuss it. They shouldn't even be. They should keep their mouth shut when the issue comes up. They shouldn't even be part of the discussion, defend anybody. Just abstain, and there you go. We're done. There shouldn't be any conversations. Whether even if there's an MOU that that it's a freebie. Nothing in our life is free. Whether we want to say free, really nothing is free. So we're going back to Safeco. I think it's important that this kind of stuff doesn't happen. And whether or not I'm not, again, Josh, Jessica are not saying that this individual paid money or donated money to Phil's campaign after the fact, after he got a contract, specifically because he got the contract. We're not saying that. Nobody's saying that. And I don't disagree with you at Osmo. What I am saying is that just don't do it. Don't take money from vendors. Don't let vendors give you money when you're in a local board. That's all we're saying, I think. And there should be policy in the board that vendors do not give money to board members. They don't. They shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't. And so Jessica is pledging to if it's legal. To limit the amount of money that vendors give, she's willing to do that for us, the taxpayers, to eliminate any appearance of impropriety. Am I right on that, Jessica?
Yes. Okay. If there's nothing to fear, let's go for it.
Awesome. Do me a favor, Josh. Can you scroll down just so we can see some more people that have given money to Tim? Say it, Roman. I did say it. Oh, you want me to say that Sylvia controls the board? Yes. I believe Sylvia controls the board. I agree with you, Osmo. I agree with you. All right, scroll down. If you're able to, Josh? Yeah. Awesome. All right. Ralph Cowan is his brother, and he's loaned his campaign money, which is fine. He's our poor commission. And I love Ralph, okay? He's I think he might be the only Cowan I like. And so that's just my personal thing.
I've never met him. I've met
Ralph is an awesome individual. Love the man. He's loud, funny, and great, and I respect him, and I've never not voted for the man. So he's awesome. And I love Ralph. That's just me. I'm allowed to say that. Phil, maybe not. I mean, I respect him as an individual. I won't vote for him. And Philip Cowan loaned his campaign $15,000. That's the loan. Now let's scroll down and look at some of the campaign finance expenditures. I think that should be coming up next. Oh, slow down. So Philip Cowan expended $15,000 and gave it to a consulting expertise. I'm assuming he means consulting expense for consulting. And so his consulting is Pink 8 Media. Guys, I think Brownsville Times and Osmo, you're telling me that Pink 8 Media is also doing it for John Chambers. And I think you're right on that. So John Chambers is paying money to Pink 8 and Philip Cowan is paying money to Pink 8. Now, I think you and I, Jessica, we discussed this, but in case now we're in early voting, I think it's important that we say this. What about candidates? What about candidates? I don't know what you mean by what about candidates. I don't know. So Pink 8 Media is doing Philip Cowan's campaign, paying out $15,000, and then you got another $3,000 for advertising expense for street signs. And so scroll down, Josh, so you can see how much more money Pink 8 has gotten. Another $8,000 for canvassing mass text and yard signs.
He spent $3,000 on street signs, and that's what I spent on my entire campaign.
Yes. And then he also spent, if I scroll up just a tiny bit, I want to make sure I'm looking at the right one. A little bit more. Page 2. Okay, good. So he spent another $5,800, almost $6,000 for campaign work mail out. That's on September 16th. And those are all of his expenditures. I think he has another expenditure where he owes money, sort of like he's in debt to the man. Unpaid, yeah. Unpaid incurred obligations. So I guess he received some sort of a bill for $4,358 on October 2nd, but he hasn't paid it yet. So that's how he has not paid that money. So essentially all of his, scroll down just a little bit, all of his expenditures were to one particular individual. company, Pink Ape. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Jessica, but is Pink Ape Media the same company that on January 21st of 2019 that sent a letter to the interim superintendent requesting that an item be placed on the agenda having to do with a potential movie project?
Yes.
Okay. And that request was to put it on February 12th agenda, correct?
14th, I think.
Okay, it might be the 14th to 12th.
But yeah,
on or about the 14th to 12th, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, campaign donations, candidates donations. We already did the candidates donations. Josh is scrolling too. I know he's scrolling too slow. I don't know, Manny. I have no idea. We would have to ask John, but John hasn't come on our show. Anyway, so you want to scroll down so we can finish this, Josh, so we don't get Erasmo upset because he's getting very anxious. I think that's pretty much it. All right, go. All right, and then there's another $450 for an American Express. We'll go back to the Pink Ape thing in a second. Scroll. All right, that's the last of it. Josh, scroll down. Scroll down.
I think so.
Is that it? All right. I want to make sure that there's nothing else there. Nothing else. Oh, wait. No. Okay. We'll go back to Pink Ape in a second. These are personal expenditures, right, Josh?
It looks like it, yeah.
These are expenditures made from personal funds section. He expended to an individual named Ramiro Amparo $240. Jessica, has Ramiro ever approached you to work on your campaign by any chance?
Yes.
What did he want from your? What did he want to do for your campaign?
He told me that he could get me a lot of votes, and he could help me just get the message out there. But he did mention the votes.
Okay. Did you feel like he could be a potential vote harvester?
Probably, by the sounds of it, because how can you possibly get me votes? Just the sound of the actual wording. And he was very persistent. He inboxed me. And you know how it goes to like that other one because you're not.
Do you know what date he inboxed you by any chance?
I would have to go if you want to wait really quick.
Yeah,
But he also hangs out here on the corner of my house. September 2nd. September 2nd, he inboxed me.
Oh, okay. So September 2nd. So
that didn't work. So he went with my opponent.
Didn't work. So Ramiro is received $240 to do what I'm assuming the same type of stuff that he was wanting you to do and now doing it for your opponent. Now we have another person named Veronica. I'm assuming Veronica. I want to fix that.
Okay.
I want to fix that error, Philip.
Did she come out on somebody else's campaign?
Yeah, Erasmo's opponent, Daniela, I believe. And Erasmo's watching this, so I'm sure he can tell us if I'm wrong. I think he did. And so Veronica is an advance on polling work. I think in the other one that we saw her name up here on, she was some sort of a grassroots vote collector or something like that. I think is what the name was. I am trying to leave him alone, but it's anxious. He is very anxious. He's like big money going crazy. It is, Ray. So $300 is given. He's a nut. Yeah, I'm a nut. Yes, politiquero nut. There you go. Erasmo saying it. So you have Veronica doing this work.
This is what I don't understand, and this is the whole being new to politics, and it blows my mind because here I am working it. I don't want to say by myself because I do have a lot of people supporting me, but I'm not paying anybody to help me.
Right.
I am there. It got to the point, was it yesterday? I think the day before. My fingers literally, I kid you not, hurt of all the messages that I was sending, and then I was also getting messages back, which I appreciate. But it's a lot of work to reach out, and that's just on the phone. That's not even the little bit that I've been able to go out there, because it's very scary to be able to go out there to people's homes. But at the same time, I put myself in the position of a voter, which I have been in the past, and I appreciate. I've had, for example, when the actual candidate comes to you, opposed to sending somebody else. To me, in my eyes, as a voter, that means a lot. So that's the same mentality that I've been having.
Mm-hmm.
I want to approach the voter. I don't want to see somebody else out there because I'm going to be like, pues, where is she? You know, ¿dónde está ella? Bien padre. It's just sitting back. No.
Yeah, but it's in this kind of an election. I don't know how many votes Ramiro or Veronica. I'm assuming it's Veronica, not Veronica. Like what Phil wrote. Are they? How many votes are they going to be able to do on the first day of early vote? Not even including mail-in ballots. Not even including today's vote. We already have almost 5,000 voters voting in BISD. How much of a difference do these individuals make in an election like this? I mean, unless they think it's going to be a close election between 1, 2, or all 4 of y'all in a particular race, this is insane. Well, don't be spending money to these particular individuals when you don't need to do that.
I'm sorry. Mind you that this is why I was also afraid to go to the daycares. Because I didn't want people to have that mentality until, like I said, I talked to them. I thought about it, and I said, you know what? There's nothing wrong with me going and introducing myself. No. So then I said, that's specifically what I'm going to go and do.
Yeah, and just sorry to interrupt, but you're not paying to go into those particular places.
Oh no.
You're not paying somebody, hey, give me permission to go in. You're not paying someone to go have these people go vote for you or help them vote and they're filling out the ballot. You're not doing that, correct?
No.
So
and I'll mention one. I won't say which one, because supposedly they're very picky on who they allow in. But
I'll let you finish your thought and then we'll answer the question.
For example, I know this lady personally. So then I approached her and I was like, how does it work when the people go in there and talk to your people? And then she was like, oh, a lot of people do it, but it depends on the owner. And she goes, but I would love for you to do it. And then I guess she only goes certain days. And she's like, I want you to do it when I go. Mm-hmm. And she gave me the phone number. I spoke to the owner. I kind of said I was really, really picky on, I just want to go introduce myself. I want nothing else. And they were very kind. They gave me a date, which was today. And then we went and we just literally talked. I want to hear their concerns. And there was stuff that we weren't even talking about BISD. It was just about getting to know one another. I even had a little lady that told me that she appreciated that she was just there to talk to them. I wanted to hear from them. I didn't want to say, because she mentioned how some people were very pushy. And I was like, I don't know if it's just that I'm just new to this, but no, I wouldn't vote for somebody that's just like constantly just, there. No, let's talk. Let's get to know each other. Hear me out of why I'm the correct person to be on that position. Let's see how I can relate to you. What can I do for you? Even if these little ladies obviously don't have kids on the district, but they have grandkids, they have neighbors, they pay taxes. Right. It still affects them. And at the end of the day, they want somebody at the district that they can relate to, that they can just reach out and just say whatever concern it is, but I'm not saying they're pushing them away, but just somebody that's why I always emphasize of where I live, opposed to my opponent that always says, oh, well, I grew up there. Okay, well, you made money and you left. We chose to raise our children here. This is my home. These people are my community. I don't take me wrong. I would love to have a big fancy house somewhere, but these are my people. I'm not going to leave them. That is why I advocate so much for them in the schools, for the city. After seeing everything that we've done, I truly believe that I can be that person for the entire district. It's just...
Erasmo has a question. I think it's a fair, easy question. Can Jessica agree that electing someone who takes money from vendors and hiring vote harvesters shouldn't get elected?
Well, they shouldn't. How can I word this? No. No, because that's being tricky. Again, they're not meeting the actual candidate. They're paying somebody else. So am I electing you, or am I electing, let's just say, this person on the campaign finance report?
Right.
So
all right.
There's so much.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks the numbers are in already.
And I'm like, Josh, you were supposed to keep track of that. Yeah, that's what do it. Dang it. Man.
I asked her, asked one to help me out.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you did.
That's where it gets tricky.
So now we had a big drop off. I'm sorry, I think I got like a piece of hair on my mouth. It's falling off of me. It's falling off all the stress, right? You know, just kidding.
You keep getting
there's a big drop off. I'm with wow, I really do. Hold on. No, it wasn't here. It was nothing. Anyway, $900 votes less, fewer. Than yesterday. So it was a drop off, but it's still a high number. I think it's still a very, very high number for number of votes that are coming in. I think when Erasmo vote ran 2 years ago, there was almost 25,000 voters that voted in his race. So we're already at almost 9,000 people that voted, almost a third of the number that voted in 2018. And we're already there in two days. Again, that doesn't even include the mail-in ballots. Milo MMA SN is, are you in favor of students coming back for a soft open or stop until a vaccine is out and safe, or improvise and try to make a safe open?
Again, I do not think that anybody should be in the actual buildings right now. As far as the vaccine is concerned, I think that is still in time to come, even if one comes, let's just say by December. A lot of people just don't trust that right now. But at the end of the day, nobody should be in buildings right now. There has to be a way. There just has to be a way to make people work from home. And if and when we do have to, quote unquote, have to go back, it has to be on a volunteer basis, which is how we are, volunteer basis. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, a lot of administrators, and it goes back to the miscommunication, which is what I've constantly been saying. The board can say something, but then there's just so many people in the middle. You have the board, you have your deputy superintendents, your area assistant superintendents, and then your principal. So the teachers and staff are kind of like, well, who do I listen to? And then you have a parent like me that goes to those meetings and knows what was said and questions, well, why are they saying this at schools when that's not what was agreed on? There's just so much miscommunication.
Yeah, Mariana is saying adult daycare enjoys school programs, concert plays, and Christmas carols.
Yes, I love them so much. I think I need to start volunteering at those things too, because we started talking. You know how I do paper flowers. So we started I started to take out all my pictures, and they were like a competition, like, oh no, yo hago las flores mejor, and I was like, don't get personal, lady.
Antonio is saying 100% in agreement with you, Erasmo. Awesome. So going back with, I agree with Jessica. Wow, yay, bringing you two together is my hope and prayer.
Oh, and then he's gonna tell me off on his show.
No, let's hope he doesn't do that. Don't tell her off, please. Cameron County votes 10,900 yesterday, big drop off, and 6,500 is on par for what a normal second day of a presidential election year for early vote. Yesterday was just an insane number, complete record yesterday. It just insane the number of people voted.
I think what we also need to emphasize is that this is going to go on for 3 weeks. I did have one lady reach out to me practically in tears today, said, "Ay, mijita, that she couldn't go vote yesterday." And I was like, "That's okay, go today." And she was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, it's going to go on for 3 weeks. And then you still have your official day. So we definitely have to be pushing that this is going to be, all the way to Saturday, I believe it is. So at the same time, I don't want for people to get comfortable, be like, mañana voy. No. If you can go, get it out of the way. I was a person, and I know you would always get mad at me because I was an election day voter.
Yeah, I'm an election day voter too.
But you would always call me and be like, you haven't voted. And I'll be like, Roman, you already know.
Yeah, I know. I because as a candidate, it's a little bit different. And now you're getting to see the other side. And you know what I mean.
Well, the thing is that where I live, again, my precinct was the old Webb Elementary, which again, that's a whole other conversation because it's just they're crumbling away. And then from Webb, they would send me to Canales, and then they would so then I just said, you know what, forget all this. So I started going to the library, and I loved it. This was before the curbside, and then the curbside happened, and I loved it even more.
Yeah. Well, curbside was always available. It just never worked as efficient as Penny. There was one comment from Milo that does it in Spanish. I'll let her do Spanish in a second, Milo. When we're doing a closing thought, because there's a couple things I want to make sure that is said. Penny is saying you should go on Erasmo's show. I have no say in the matter. It's up to those two, not me.
I've been invited. I appreciate the invite. Yeah.
Let me go back to what we were talking about earlier with one of the expenditures for Phil. The expenditure is with Philip with Pink Ape, and I make a big deal about this because I think it's important that people realize who is getting paid from donations to do work. And so I think there is some sort of history there between Pink Ape Media and BISD and certain individuals at BISD that are currently elected incumbents and also people that are running for office. And in this case, Philip is running for office. Mm-hmm. And so what happened was on January 21st, there was a letter signed by the CFO or CEO or whatever the title he uses for Pink Ape Media to the interim. And how do I know this? It's because, Jessica, you know this. The backup material, the packet, has all this information. It's open on the website. And if we wanted to, we could look at it together right now. In fact, maybe we should. I don't know.
Yeah, even minutes.
They will look specifically. But if you want to look, feel free. You will see the backup material. And that's how I know it is on this particular day. And so there was a vote that took place on that agenda for the February 12th meeting. I really do think it was the 12th, Jessica, of 2019. There was only one agenda item that had anything to do with a movie project or a potential movie. Mm-hmm. If you look at the video of that particular meeting, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in that video, it even says that a certain individual was in the audience. And it was expressed by the interim superintendent at the time that somebody was in the audience for that particular thing. And why does this matter? Well, we have currently a BISD board member who's not running for re-election, but she's facing federal bribery and corruption charges right now. And if you look at the indictment of this individual, it points out to certain situations. It turns out that there is some sort of person. I think they call the person a cooperating individual in the indictment. And it says that this particular person got an item on the agenda. It says that an individual asked for an item to be put on the agenda on that specific date that I said. It's in the backup material. It was an agenda item on this particular date that was voted on unanimously, apparently. And it was the only issue that had anything to do with a movie. So there's something there. What that is, I don't know. And we're going to allow the process to play out on federal court. Why was this happening? And who is it? Now, the Brownsville Herald reported last week that there is some FBI informant or FBI cooperating person or whatever title the Herald used, I don't remember, potentially as asking the potential jurors, would you have a problem? Just say what you want to say. No, I do want to say it. I'm saying it.
The Herald, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the Herald said something in regards to this person is cooperating so they can get something in return.
And what is that?
Something to that effect.
Right, something to that effect. So what is that? What is this person getting? And who is this person? We'll find out later this week or next week. But I know that tiptoeing is nerve-wracking, but Erasmo, I'm not you. I want to make sure that nobody can say that Riopolitics is trying to poison the jury pool. I'm not trying to poison the jury pool because that's what I'm trying not to do. I will not do that. I will not give Sylvia an out. I'm not going to give Sylvia an out. Other people may want to give her an out. I don't. And so I'm going to use this the political way of saying this is what's happening in our school district. And I think it's important that people realize that Philip Cowan has hired a company that's somehow tied to this particular case. What's going on? I have no idea. You're allowed to make money all you freaking want to in our country. I believe in capitalism, but it's out there and we need to know that it's out there. Why is your account hiring this person?
And let me say that I was offered to reach out to the person to hire him, and apparently there was no way in hell I could have afforded him.
Apparently not. Look at this.
No, I know. But the conversation was, this person helped me. Let me give you the information. Reach out. They'll help you with the campaign. I just said, great, give me the information. And then when I got the name and number, I was like, oh no quiero saber nada. Forget that. I was just like, okay, thanks. That was the end of it.
Where I and Erasmo disagree, and that's where we can disagree, because Erasmo's my friend, and you all know that he's my friend. I support him in his election. I want him to win, as I want Jessica to win. The thing is that he and I disagree on this. I do not want her lawyers to be able to say that, hey, she was unable to get a fair trial because everybody already thought she was guilty. And that you can do that. You can appeal it. Whether she win the appeal, I have no idea, but I'm not going to give her the out. I'm not going to give her the opportunity to say that. You can do that, Erasmo, and you trust me. We all know what you do, which is fine. You're right. You have every right to do that. I just don't want to do that. I'm not as powerful and as influential as you are, Erasmo. We know this. But going back to this money situation with Philip, I'm glad that you didn't hire this particular person, not because he's a bad person.
No, I don't even know the guy.
But I do. Not because he's a bad person, and I wish him and his family well, but this is who gave you the info, Jessica?
What info? Oh, the info that I said? Somebody else that's in the city. Doesn't matter. So many people have hired this person.
I hired this person.
Oh, there you go. Maybe it was you.
No, it wouldn't have been me. I would never have told you.
I don't think it's relevant who gave it to me. I think what matters is that I saw who it was, and because of the history that I know, I chose not to be a part of it. I could have. Maybe it couldn't. Maybe Chita would have killed me because of the money, but I wanted no.
That's important. You're right. So let's go very quickly, because I know I don't want to keep you. We will keep you longer.
We have a quick question from our viewer, Roman.
Guess what, Jessica? How to balance the threat of not funding the district ADA from the TA versus safeguarding the health and safety of students and staff?
How do you balance the threat of not funding the district? Well, our people's lives need to matter more than money. You cannot put a price on the head of the people right off the back. We have or had a fund balance that could have protected us for a little while longer. To not be constantly threatening and constantly saying, oh, well, TEA because of funding and because of funding. So you just can't put a price on the people's head. We have to have safeguards. We're supposed to have them. I don't want to say we have to, because so much crazy amount of money has been spent on this COVID. But there was a conversation that we had money, enough cash on hand to build and open up a school just with the cash on hand. So if we still have that money, let's use that money to continue paying our staff, save on electricity, by the way, and keep people at home, and everybody safe. But what's worrisome, and you also know very well, Roman, how it's very hard to get information online when it comes to money. Everything else, it's easy to get online, but when it comes to
it was very difficult. I still don't know what the fund balance is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So
like, where's the fund? I don't even know.
I know we had money. I just don't know
what it is.
Where we stand right now.
Well, maybe the chair of the budget, but it does matter. I don't. There's information you get at Osmo that you won't say who gave it to us. So, let's have that happen. I mean, maybe the moment that you tell who gave you the text message from Baltasar, maybe.
There you go.
How about you do it in exchange? You tell everybody who gave you that information from Baltasar, and she'll tell you who gave her the information from Big A. Deal? Yeah. Okay. Let's make that deal. And I think, Jessica, you'll agree to that, because I'm pretty sure there's people want to know that. They're not being transparent. No, they're not. They're absolutely not. It's not online that I can find. But maybe the chair of the chair of the budget committee may contact you, Jessica, after the show and tell you.
Well, they always do when they hear me say something I don't like.
Yeah, I know, and that I found that very, very fascinating. But let's not go there. I do want you to get a chance.
That's okay.
I want to talk about the deal. All right. So tonight he's going to announce who gave him the information about the side, and then Jessica will tell everybody who gave her the information from Pink Gate. Awesome. That's a good deal. I think that's a fair deal. Awesome. Jessica, can I just say,
yes.
I want to know what you say they're lies that Philip Cowan was saying in his email out to the citizens of Brownsville ISD or taxpayers of Brownsville ISD.
On this one,
I know.
This one was
you have anonymous sources at Osmo. You have anonymous sources.
This one was not lies, and I have it here with me.
Okay, the other one.
The older one.
I want the other one. I want the one that he had.
The older one was the lies. Oh, I need to look for that one. That one was the one where he was saying that he's done all these the Hannah gyms and the Pace and the Porter, and he failed to tell the people on his flyer that their taxes paid for those projects. It wasn't something that that's
from the TRE, right?
Yeah, that's from the TRE. This mail out is just about being the A-rated district, which is great. But again, we are an A-rated district because of our teachers.
2 years ago. We're an A district from 2 years ago. Not now, not last year, 2 years ago.
But we're not an A-rated district because of the board.
Right, that's true. That's true. Both are factually accurate. This is 2 years ago. We have no idea how we were doing last year under the superintendent that you all just gave an extension to and hired from Edinburgh for whatever reason.
I'm sorry. And he does say, I salute the great work done by teacher staff, blah, 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 blah. Leadership matters. I have provided you that leadership. No. Administrators that are there constantly pushing the staff, constantly, test scores, grades, attendance, all those things matters. They're the ones that deserve this recognition.
Yeah.
Not elected people.
But, there's a lot of money that he's spending, obviously, to Pink Gate Media to send out these things. So, yay. Congratulations.
And meanwhile, I have a whole bunch of cards, but I don't have money for stamps. So I'm there seeing people and I'm like, here's my card. Here's my card.
Yeah. Money is a problem, but if somebody has to win this race, and I do hope that you win this race, because I think it's important. It's important. And hopefully people realize that just because I support you doesn't mean that other people that don't like me shouldn't support you. Okay, there has to be a big tent in every campaign, especially with the amount of people that are voting in this particular race, in this particular election season. It's a lot of different people. That's just me. Anyway, to have a minute and a half with you, or a few more minutes, tell us in Spanish what your campaign is about for Emilio, so he can get some.
Oh my goodness, Emilio's killing me in Spanish. Okay. Oh, I totally panicked.
It's okay. There it is. That's what it was.
Okay. No pressure, right?
No pressure. No, it's okay. You can do it in English and translate.
Again, and bear with me. Okay. Soy padre voluntaria, ha sido padre voluntaria por casi 10 años. Tengo 4 hijos, 3 todavía están con el distrito. Ha hecho todo lo que pueda por la gente de mi comunidad y yo pienso en mi corazón que yo puedo hacer lo que yo hice por mi gente de la comunidad para todo el distrito. Yo he peleado por...
Hold on. Josh, can you put the comment that Milo just put up right now? Sorry, I interrupt because I don't want to lose this person. We know about this. Do you want to come out or this rumor guy that wants to keep her so she can do what she wants? I don't know what you're inferring or why you think that I want Sylvia in. I don't. I want her out. I didn't vote for her. I haven't supported her. I don't support anybody that hires her campaign manager, which was Pink Gate Media, her campaign manager. I don't. So I just want clarification. I do not want Sylvia. I've never supported her. So that's it. So,
yeah, and I'm a huge believer in term limits. Let me just put that out there.
Yeah. So anyway, keep going to your Spanish thing. I just want to make sure that was up there and I can be able to
lost track what I was saying.
Sorry to interrupt you.
I lost track what I was saying.
It's okay.
Ha hecho bastante por la gente de mi comunidad y de veras pienso en mi corazón que lo que yo he hecho, lo que yo he peleado por la gente vuelvo a decir, de mi comunidad, yo lo puedo hacer por el distrito. Tengo muchos años que, I don't know how to say advocating, que ha peleado por ellos, sea por correo electrónico. Siempre ha dicho que no puedo creer la mágica que tiene, el poder que tiene un simple correo electrónico. De correo electrónico subí a public comment, que cuando comencé a ir a las juntas, comenzaba a lograr public comment, y luego de ahí usé mi voz y ahí estuve peleando y peleando y peleando por los derechos de la gente. Y ahora yo no hiciera esto si yo no pienso en mi corazón que lo que yo hice por mi gente de mi esquinita, de mi comunidad, yo lo puedo hacer por todo lo demás del distrito. That's it.
Cool. Jessica, it's refreshing to have a canon like you running. Yes.
Thank you. Same to you.
Yes, and I agree. And that's why, I want to have you on. You're wrong, Roman, nor the majority want to keep Sylvia. Thank you, Manny. Thanks for the defense. Yay, terminals. I'm with you on this one. Awesome. Good show. Have a good evening, Aaron. You too, Gladys. God bless you. I appreciate you coming on again, Jessica. I wish you the best of luck. We talked a little bit more on the campaign financial report than I wanted to, but I think it's good information, and it gives you an opportunity to counter what your opponent is raising, the incumbent, and expending. I think it's important that people hear what you have to say. Good luck, guys. We're not doing a late night show. I don't know what time Manny lands in Rio de Janeiro, and I don't want to keep him up any longer.
I'm gonna go to the beach. He's gonna go to the beach.
That's probably what he's gonna do. And then tomorrow we will have our 7:30 show, normal our Riopolitics live show with Susan Weddington, I think is her name. Do you know the name?
Susan Witten.
Witten. Okay, Susan Witten. She is a congressional candidate out in the West Valley. Includes portions of I think McAllen Mission in that area, and Stark County, goes all the way to Laredo. It's the district currently. The incumbent is Henry Cuellar, the Democrat Henry Cuellar, and so she's running. She'll be on our show tomorrow, so it should be entertaining. And so I think Josh is working to get us a couple of candidates for Saturday, because I think he's manning the Saturday show with us, because I don't think Manny can do Saturday shows. So you've been forced, Josh, I think. Thank you to Josh. He is with the Cameron County Conservatives Facebook page. Please join their group if you're interested. Like their page. Josh is doing me the favor of doing this. He prefers asking questions than doing the Manny station, but he's a good backup, and he's getting a lot better at it, I promise you.
Good job, Josh.
Okay,
thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So God bless you all. This is Riopolitics. We don't make the news. We don't do the news. We just help you see it. So God bless you all. Okay. See you tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.